Bullseye, help wanted ads for construction workers, how to write ads that hit the mark to hire your ideal employees. Okay, right on. So help wanted ads, super critical. This is, top of the line of where you are marketing for new employees. You want to make sure that you stand out, that you have things in the right place, and that you're attracting your ideal employees, ones that are going to last long in your business, who have the skills that you want, who are going to get along with your team. So first 3 points I'm going to be sharing with you are keys to how to think and how to, what you need to put in your ads in order to attract the right employees. And then the fourth point, I'm going to be going through the actual layout of how you structure your job wanted ad to be effective and to, again, just be really professional, but differentiate yourself from all the other, ads and different companies out there that are going to be tracking employees. If this video has helped you, give it a thumbs likes up. Super appreciate it. If you find something interesting or beneficial, give it a thumbs up. First point, here we go. So ideal employee. Before you start writing your ads, you need to know, who do you want to attract? Who is that ideal employee? Who are they? What do they need? What do they want? And the best way to do this is to think about a past employee who did a great job. So who's one of your best past employees that's been in that same role? I realized this when I was interviewing foremen for my construction business, and I had a foreman who'd been with me for a number of years already. Really good guy, solid. He was skilled. He was good with the people, able to manage the projects. And I was growing, so I needed to hire a second foreman. It was between two different candidates when it all boiled down to the last interviews that I did. And there was two different guys. One was a little different than I'd hired before. Another one reminded me a lot of my other long-term foreman. And I ended up, on paper, they were about the same, but I ended up going with the guy that reminded me of my other employee. And I'm so glad I did. He turned out to be one of the best employees I had. Another terrific guy, and same sort of, mannerism and skills, and got along really well with everybody and did an excellent job. So what am I getting at is that you want to be hiring specific types of people, just as in, marketing for sales, you have an ideal client, you want to have an ideal employee. Pro tip, in the description below, I've got a free template that'll help you figure out your ideal employee. So moving on to point number 2, what problems do they have? So you're in the business of solving problems for clients. You're also solving problems for your employees. So what problems do they have? Is wage a problem for them? Is benefits a problem for them? Is their work environment, is their stinky old boss a problem for them? So often it boils down to freedom. Employees are looking for some forms of freedom, whether that's financial or time freedom, some sort of flexibility, and they're looking for opportunity, right? So maybe their problem is they're stuck in a job, they can't grow, they're not getting trained, they feel stuck. So what are the problems that they have? Because this is how you want to position your ad to solve those problems, so that you look like a perfect alternative to wherever they're working now, or if they're not working, you're solving the problem of them being unemployed. So that's number 2. Number 3, moving on. So what benefits do they get? What do they get when you hire them to work with your team? So, wage benefits, how much are they going to get paid? The team, so what kind of team, what kind of culture, what kind of work environment, health, do you have health benefits? Is there any additional benefits that you offer with your company? Experience, I mentioned before. So experience is a big one, especially for everybody, but generally, younger guys who don't have a lot of experience, if they can get experience and grow inside a company, that's huge to them. If they can see advancement and what the future holds to them, that is a big motivator and a differentiator if you're in a company that's growing and they have the possibility to move up throughout the company. So those are the 3 key points that you want to think about before you get started with your benefits. Your job wanted ads. Does that make sense? So we got ideal employee, what problems, and then what benefits. Now we're going on to point number 4 here. So the layout. So what's your actual job ad going to look like? And you want to be always thinking about this, like you are putting an ad out there, and it's going to be competitive. It's got to be a marketing material. This is something you're marketing your company as, again, for someone specific, but you want to be attracting the right people, and you want it to be attractive in order to attract those people. So the first thing is your position. This is going to be the introduction of, what the position is in your company, and then a quick company summary. So what's the applicable to the position of the company summary. So hey, we're a growing company, there's room for advancement, we do this type of work. So paint a picture of your company, of what it looks like, of brief history. Don't make the ad too long with pages of information. Nobody's going to want to read that. You want to be hitting the big points first and really be showcasing who you are, the position, the compensation. That's what they're looking for, right? If you have this big blurb up top, they're scrolling to the bottom. Like, what are the requirements? How much am I getting paid? They're going to skip all that stuff at the beginning. So just make it really quick and easy to read. So after you've done the company summary, then you outline the position, the role, again, benefits and the contribution. So what do they need to contribute? What are the benefits that they're going to get? What's the compensation? Put the compensation in there. Put a range. It doesn't have to be $25 an hour, $50 an hour, whatever it is, but have a range, depending on experience, $25 to $35 an hour or $55 to $75 an hour. So whatever it is, have that range in there so that you're weeding out lots of people that you don't want, right? So the more specific you are with the requirements and the wage and what's expected, the less resumes you're going to get. So you can leave it a little more open if you do want a lot of candidates, depending on the job market. If there is a lot of people looking for work, then you want to narrow it down, because you don't want to be reading through 20, 40, 50 resumes to find one person. If it's a really tight job market, there's not a lot of applicants, you might want to leave it a little more general, a little bit more broad, provide some more range so you get more applicants, because you're going to get less applications anyways, so you can sift through them a little bit and pick up who you want. So moving on, after compensation, description of duties and responsibilities. So this is where you describe what are their duties, what are they going to be doing, what are the responsibilities within the company, then skills and requirements. So these ones can be interchangeable depending on what you want to do, but again, be clear and be realistic. You're not going to find someone who's going to do a million different things for requirements. So pick out the top ones, prioritize. You don't have to explain every little detail of everything that they're going to be doing. Again, you want it to be consumable. You want to go through it. You want to be detailed enough that they understand what's required, but not scaring them off with 100 different things that they need to do in the job. And the final thing, most important part of the application, is specific instructions for how to apply. So do you want a resume? Do you want them to email you? Do you want them to fill out a form or do a questionnaire? So be really specific and use it as a bit of a testing to see if how well they read and if they follow instructions. If on the bottom of your resume you're saying, do not email your resume, please go to our website and submit it in our job hiring form. Everybody who just emails your resume right away, you can already know that they're really not that interested in following instructions, or they don't follow details that well. So you can put something in there to give it a little bit of a test and see who actually uses the proper channel or does the proper thing. Or you could say, send an email with this specific subject line. So again, if they've got the subject line that you've asked for, they can follow instructions, they do, that they care about the job. If they're just, sending something with some random subject, then that, they obviously didn't read it or didn't care. So does that make sense? If you want like a built out process for you, reach out to me. This is what we do. We've got templates. We've got all this already built out and ready to go for businesses. Check out the description, the links below. Like I said, free resources there and ways to contact us. And as always, got lots more videos coming at you to help you grow your contracting business. We'll see you on the next one.